Fade in on Harbor Vale, a sleepy town in coastal Maine. Its residents continually harrowed by an unyielding mist that intrudes from the Atlantic. And, much like the town, veiled by this persistent precipitation, its residents veil secrets of their own.
Secrets of an ancestral curse, and the desire to embrace it.
Secrets of justice, distributed in the shadows.
Secrets of newfound duty, and a life left behind.
Secrets of bestial instinct, clawing its way to the surface.
And as we cast our eyes towards these silent secrets, we shall delve even deeper into what truly transpires down by the bay. Hello, and welcome to These Silent Secrets. My name is Zach, and I'll be your MC. Where last we left off, the soup group's splitting up into the night, Kanan in hot pursuit of the creature, Avery being fed up, heading home to take some time for herself, and Jason and Isla escorting Austin Barker to safety. Before we dive in, though, there's a bunch of thank yous I need to make. Of course, to Ghostlight Media for all of everything they've done in making sure that the show it has a place to go up every other week for you guys. To Doc Adam VO for his work doing our transcripts. And of course, to Nicole Tuttle-Robb for all she does for this show. I appreciate you. And of course, as we go into this, the first part of the finale of Season 1 of These Silent Secrets, I have to say a big thank you to you guys. I'm sure I'm going to get much sappier at the beginning of next episode, but I just want to say thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me and with all of my friends here. We appreciate it so much. Now, as we're in the finale, I'm just going to keep things as short and as sweet as I can at the very beginning of the episodes. And there will be no messages at the end, because now that we're at the finale, there's no asking you to support us on other platforms. There's just the story and being grateful to you all. So with all of that out of the way, let's dive in to this episode of These Silent Secrets Down by the Bay. All right. So, friends.
Romans.
I knew it.
Countrymen. Yeah.
God, I knew it was coming.
So I've heard you. I've heard the folks at home. We got to do something about Isla's dad's voice.
I agree.
Correct. Lean into it more.
No. Hey, there are a few things I regret when it comes to this podcast. My voice. Oh, my God. There were mistakes made. I've heard the folks on Twitter, where we gotta do something about that fucking voice. And so that we'll test the waters when the time comes. You know, we'll play around. If we need to workshop it, we can workshop it.
I was gonna say, to clarify, who's we? I have nothing to do with his voice.
Hey, look, I know we've been recording this podcast for about a year and a half at this point. I don't know if you've picked up on it. I need validation. Oh my God, you guys.
Well, for what it's worth, I think you're an excellent MC, and I've had a great fucking ride this whole time.
Marcus.
Except for when you had my girlfriend stab me, but you know, whatever.
Hey,
That was actually my favorite part.
I personally loved that part.
Look,
yeah.
we play this game to have our hearts broken. I think that's just kind of part of the territory, and you know, you drew the short straw on that in that regard. You know, that's just how it happened. Would I do it again? Oh, hundreds of times. And by that I mean, if I could have if there was more time before you wolfed out and attempted to kill her, I would have stabbed you hundreds of times.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, I love you so much. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Danger beyond imagining looms overhead. At every turn, danger has sought to thwart you in your efforts to save this town. And for Avery, that has proved too much. Avery, your darkest self
That is correct.
And you've just left Tucker's home after a very tense confrontation. And you've had it. Where are you going?
I'm going home to the Sullivan house.
Okay. So, did you drive here or did you fly here?
No, I flew, but I'm walking home.
You flew. So you're walking home. The rain is pouring down on your head and your shoulders, and the thunder's roaring overhead. What's going through Avery's head right now?
I'm tired of putting everything in and getting nothing back. And so I'm not going to put anything in anymore. I don't want to do that. And I'm only going to do what I want. So I'm going home. I'm going to make myself a fucking hot chocolate with whipped cream. I'm going to lay down on the couch with my favorite blanket, and I'm going to watch a movie. Like a fucking regular teenager.
You arrive home nearly chilled to the bone, but you don't feel it. It's hard to really feel much of anything in this state you find yourself in, and you come to the front door, dripping all sorts of water into the nice parquet floors of the Sullivan home's foyer, and you set off on just having a night for yourself in the midst of everything happening outside of your doors. For Kanan, the source of the danger is not only tangible, but wounded. And with the help of their family, the hunt is on. Kanan, you're tearing through the town, doing your best to keep onto the scent of the creature that you just fought, that you and your friends wounded grievously, so much so that it ran rather than continue to fight you. How's that going?
Kanan very much basked in the moonlight. The fresh scent still in their nose is just sprinting as fast as they can, tearing through the town, tearing through the woods. No concern of anything else besides getting to my prey and ripping them to shreds.
Very good. I believe at the end of the last session, you said that you howled in an attempt to conjure the rest of the Talbots. And I think sort of as you're in motion, you're catching just the brief hits of their sense as they're all sort of without word falling into a hunting formation, falling into flanks and spreading out, but keeping some semblance of a line, almost like when a police line when they're looking for a missing person. Mm-hmm. Your mother and your father, your aunt, your sister are all they're all with you. All of you single-mindedly pursuing this hunt that you are now on. Jason and Isla, a wounded and malnourished Austin Butler in tow, head off to get him cleaned up and safe. The two of you were left sort of high and dry as your friends both, one bursting out of the home you are in and the other one quietly just vanishing. We're left with the dying forms of all of the crazy sea life mashup creatures in the basement, Tucker's dead parents that were pinned to the wall, as well as an alive but wounded and dehydrated and malnourished Austin that you found in the basement. And I believe you all were saying that you were taking him to his home so that he could get changed and get the things you needed, and it sounded like you were heading off to the Chens. Yes?
Think so.
Awesome. Yeah, you head off into the rain, and much like what I described for Avery, the rain is just hammering at this point. The storm has just gotten worse and worse over the last couple of weeks, and it seems to, like everything in this town, to be culminating into something potentially deadly. But you brave the storm and you head across town, arriving at Austin's home, and you head inside. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Are you fine waiting for me to shower?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not a problem. I mean, you go shower. You've had time.
I appreciate it. And he heads off, leaving the two of you downstairs and by yourselves for the time being. Is there any conversation, any planning, anything that the two of you get up to while you're down there?
We established that Austin's parents had already left.
Yeah, they
right?
had evacuated already.
Okay.
So yeah, it is a quiet house at the moment.
I think Isla is walking around looking at the family portraits and the trinkets in the cabinets and the curio cabinets. One maybe creaks open and a tchotchke or two falls in her pocket, but
you walk around, you see like a nice, like it's like the souvenir like spoons like that are like on like a little rack and like kind of it grow in size, and you just sort of pocket the little like wooden sort of thing that they're all setting in. You find like it's like a fancy looking snow globe. It's got like some cool gilding on it. Your pockets become more and more loaded down because, lest I remind you, you've just got a shit ton of knives in there.
keep them close.
Yeah, it's Mary Poppins coat. Awesome. Jason, is there anything that you're doing?
I think Jason is kind of just like idly walking around the house and just like looking at stuff as well. Isn't like particularly focused on anything, just like waiting for Austin to finish.
Awesome. Yeah, he begins going, doing his thing. You can hear the sound of water being turned on upstairs as he starts taking care of himself a little bit. Yeah, it seems like the most pressing thing. Kanan, what are you doing to hunt this thing?
Mostly, I'm at this point kind of trying to rely on scent and instincts as much as I can. So, if you want, I can roll heightened senses. Or I don't. Since this is the first time I've hunted, I wasn't sure.
I'm trying. Yeah, it's either going to be heightened senses, or you're going to be rolling to gaze.
Okay.
I think like this isn't like your information gathering like how heightened senses normally works, where you figure out like your best like points of like egress and like what's most dangerous to you. You're just tracking something right now. So why don't you roll to gaze into the abyss for me?
Okay, and it is nighttime, correct?
I believe, it was shifting to the evening. So you've got your howl at the moon and whatnot.
Most goodly. Wow, that's a fail.
Starting off strong. Okay, you're thrashing. You're as feral as you've ever been. More so than when you went to the Milligans' home, chasing after the scent in front of your home. You are in a frenzy, and the rain and the rage and the anger that you're feeling, they drown out the scent that you're following. And as you sort of go off course, your pack move with you. At this moment, you're running, you're leading the pack, and you're all falling off the trail.
Okay.
Avery, you're alone in your house. You make yourself a hot chocolate.
It's great.
Spritz some whipped cream on top.
Yeah.
And you settle in with a movie. What movie are you watching?
I want something mindless and fun, like it. What year is it? 2009?
It's 2009.
I'm watching John Tucker Must Die.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're watching a movie, and time passes, and the sound of Dirty Little Secret is playing in the background. That happens at some point during the song, I believe.
It does.
Nice. During the movie. Nice. Go me. And while you're watching this movie, the TV, the lights, the power die out.
I think I stay on the couch and I'll just pull out my phone and instead start scrolling through something else.
You put your feet up and just start. Oh God, what would you be scrolling at this point? I mean, checking your. Well, on your
MySpace,
phone,
probably.
2009.
Oh, that's right. MySpace wasn't really on phones.
Yeah, there was some like mobile apps for shit yet.
I'm playing one of those games, those like really stupid games.
Oh yeah,
that, like,
yeah.
yeah.
Some fucking bubble pop or
Yeah,
whatever.
something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Doodle jump.
I fucking love Doodle
fucking
Jump.
Doodle Jump. Fuck. Love that shit.
I'm playing Doodle Jump, 100%.
You're playing some Doodle Jump. Awesome. Yeah, you're playing a little Doodle Jump, just doing your thing, and we'll come back. Isla, Jason. After a little bit of time, Austin comes down, not looking refreshed, but looking at least a little, a semblance of alive after sort of being kept in a basement for nearly 2 weeks. Okay, where to? Have either of you heard from Xavier? I tried to message him. I didn't hear anything.
No, I haven't heard from him. I haven't tried though.
Oh, okay. All right, where are we off to?
I think back to my place for now.
Cool.
And then we can figure out if we want to try to get you to your parents sometime soon. But
Awesome. All right.
I think for tonight, just my place.
Yeah, that would work. My dad's Jeep's in the garage. If you don't want to walk.
That works for me.
Cool.
I would rather not walk.
Yeah, that was awful. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
As they walk out, I'm gonna dial Xavier's phone.
Like, call him?
Yeah.
It rings like twice, and then cuts out.
Noted.
You head up to the garage, and you get into the a nice Jeep. Was it Jeep Cherokee? The bigger ones? I think that's a type of Jeep. And yeah, you pull out of the garage and out onto the street, and you start heading through the town. As you're driving,
Who's driving?
He's driving.
Okay.
Unless one of you were like, let me
Probably
drive.
not,
Yeah,
but just wanted to double check.
Yeah, he is driving. Kanan, can you roll to keep your cool for me?
I can do that. Give me just a second. It's probably not going to be good.
All right, so hey, now you definitely have hit your the thing is now that you're over your at your 5th advancement, which you now have, and you can take your advancement. You don't actually take any more for the rest of the session. So the failure stands, but you don't gain an experience from it.
Okay. But I do still get that other advancement.
The one that you had gotten first, that would have technically been your 5th experience to get you your 5th advancement.
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead and pick whatever that is.
Okay.
You're tearing through town trying to pick up the scent, anything that you can find that you aren't paying attention. And you blitz into the street. Those of you in the car jerks suddenly as the front, right headlight area of the car clips something massive moving very quickly. Kanan, take 2 harm, which would then get limited by, I think, 1 since it's evening right now?
Yes.
Nice. So that would be 1 harm for you. Mm-hmm. You know, getting hit by speeding vehicles, one of those things. It's like that's gonna deal a nice chunk of harm to you.
Oh, actually, it would still be none.
Well, did you go Apex or did you just go Darkest?
Oh no, you're right.
Awesome. But yes, so you Kanan, get clipped and are sent flipping off of your feet and sort of skip off of the curb into a random person's yard.
I feel like Kanan is hurt, and they're upset about that. But still just laser focused on finding. And
I think that scans. Yeah, those of you inside the car, you see a big ass. It's kind of hard to get like a clear thing from just the amount of rain that is pouring down the windows of the side. But definitely Jason, maybe as well Isla. You've seen Kanan, changed a couple of times now. You can wager a pretty fair guess what you guys just hit. That then scrambles back to their feet and runs off to God knows where. Austin's, what the hell?
Shit.
I think Jason rolls the window down for a second and calls out, and it's like, "Hey, are you?" Oh, all right.
Yeah. Not long after, you see as 4 other large figures go flying past your the Jeep off towards the same direction that you can guess Kanan just ran off in. Do we know what that was? Are we fine?
Jason's rolling the window back up and is like, "They're fine. They're our friends. They're good."
Okay. Sounds complicated.
It is.
Okay. And he, gets the car moving again, sort of.
Sorry about your Jeep.
Oh, it's okay. I'll just tell him he had a light pole or something. It'd be fine. And yeah, you continue the drive. Kanan, you just got hit by a Jeep.
I did, yes.
Transition.
No, I think he said Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, grief. But you take off. You're floundering, trying to figure out where to go. You're a hunter who has completely lost the trail, and I think part of that just makes you more pissed.
Oh yeah, Kanan's losing it.
And you take off, and you don't even know really which direction at this point. You've turned yourself around so many times at this point, like spinning backwards, trying to go back where you just were, but finding nothing there. But at the moment, you're lost, and that's when out of the corner of your eye, you start to see small figures just on the periphery, behind houses and within tree lines, skittering quickly.
I'm honing in on that. It's better than what I got, and I'm attacking them before they get a chance to ambush me.
You see that glint of movement, and you beeline it. And very quickly, it's easy enough to see the small, kind of like almost stab-looking marks in grass and dirt, these strange, almost peg-legged, crab leg creature that just will not leave you guys alone today. But you've got something to go after, and your instinct takes over, and you beeline it towards these things, the rest of the pack in tow. And as you sort of catch a couple of them, right in front of you, what do you do?
The closest one, I'm gonna let out a small yip to the rest of the pack to let them know we're fucking this up. And then the next one, the closest one I see, I want to lash out physically, and I want to try and take it down.
All right, give me a roll.
You got it.
Please don't be a 6.
Oh my god. What would we do if I rolled 666?
Yo, I would win. I think that's what that means.
You would automatically reskin to the devil skin.
Yeah,
well,
you're the
also,
devil all of a sudden.
Technically, I kind of already did, because looking at the log, the last
one you
roll
rolled
of the
was
game
a 6.
was a 6.
Oh no, I'm gonna only count it if it happens right now, though. So. It's a 9. It's a partial
9.
success. Okay,
Upside down
cool.
It's just a 6 upside down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would know.
Oh man.
Oh boy. I cannot become Darkest Self, so
You cannot. So it's either they learn something about your true nature, gain a string on you, or I decide how bad the harm turns out.
You decide. I like those ones.
I think, you leap towards this thing, and very quickly, you are on it, and just teeth and claws sink in, and your mouth and your claws are pulling apart from each other, and this thing is just sundered very quickly. But then it becomes very clear that one was the bait.
God damn it.
As a swarm quickly comes flying in at you, and you're rapidly overtaken for a couple of moments. And I think at that point, I'm trying not to meta the fact that you are invincible. So I think that you're getting stabbed and bitten, and these claw, the weird mouths on these things are grabbing you and raking your arms with just these tiny little cuts. But I think at the moment you're fucking invincible. You optimized your build big time. But
I will say I'm not the apex predator, so my harm is only reduced by 1.
Oh, that
remember?
is fair. That is fair. Yeah, I would say you probably end up taking 1 then. Yeah, it's very hard to deal more than 2 damage in this game. Aside from getting shot with a gun.
So to confirm, you said I take 1 harm, correct?
Take 1 after your resistance.
Hey, what's that nice type of bottom thing? Not pants that people wear, not a dress,
A skirt.
a skirt. Because
do you have this for death?
I'm skirting death.
Oh no!
Oh fuck! I didn't realize you were so hurt still.
Oh my god!
I got fucked up in the basement.
You got fucked up last
I just
time,
got hit by a goddamn Jeep.
That's fair.
I'm scared.
Yeah. All right, so skirting death.
Oh my
so
God.
you can't become your darkest self. Your only option is to either sacrifice all the strings that you have, or you die.
Oh, bye-bye strings.
All right, so you're very good. So you sacrifice your strings, and like right as that moment is happening, where like you feel like you are about to give out, all your harm will vanish.
Ooh.
And the pack catches up, and it is mayhem. All of these things, it's like the four of your family members who catch up to you, just fucking, they go in.
All right, continue.
Very good. Avery, the
Yeah.
power's out, you're doodle jumping.
Yes, I am.
But you're sitting alone,
Yes.
and you're not sure if it's like, just the old creaks of the house or, the groaning of the trees outside. But sounds begin coming from around you. Your window in I'm assuming you have like a big bay window in probably the front of your
Absolutely,
house. I'm
yeah.
assuming like an old Victorian style
Yeah.
sort of thing. And the window bursts open, and a wave of these things start cascading in.
When you say a wave, give me a fun little estimate.
6 or 7.
That's fun. Okay.
Of just all sort of mix-matched. Like, none of them seem to be quite the same. A bunch of just random shit thrown together, and they are in your home, and are quickly assessing where you are and are coming at you. What do you do?
I'm gonna stand up and like, Avery's pissed. Like, Avery is like pulling out like the pieces of glass shards that have like landed on her hair and stuff, and she just eyes these creatures as they're coming in and just goes, I was watching that. And then I'm just gonna try Nevermore. So I guess on the closest one, we're gonna hope that these have some sort of mental link, but who knows. But yeah, so I'm gonna lash out physically with a nightmare. All right, let's see. That is 7.
A 7. Awesome. So let's see.
So on a 7, they catch a glimpse of a nightmare and gain the condition haunted.
Awesome.
So the nightmare that I would like to give, whichever one is looking.
Oh, it's probably the head
That one?
The one that's right in front. Yeah.
Perfect. Is that all of its friends are turning on it and are going to kill it. So I'm essentially,
Interesting.
yeah, then that's the nightmare.
That's
The
pretty
people behind, the creatures behind you, they're the real enemy. That's the nightmare.
I'm gonna reward you some cool points there. But yeah, no, that was So do you see that first one sort of stops dead in its tracks, and whatever one's kind of right behind it, you see it just like and just try to take the damn thing out.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot in here,
I
and a
know
couple of them come diving in your direction. Take a harm for me.
Yeah, okay.
What are you doing?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna make a run for Grandma's drink cart.
Okay. All right, roll to run away, I guess.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay.
You do roll with dark.
I do roll with dark, which is great, but it's not gonna help.
Is that a failure?
That is a failure.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right, we'll come back to that mayhem here in just a moment. Jason, Isla, you're heading through town. Jason, a creeping feeling that you're used to because it's happened once before sets in. Isla, this one's new for you. As you're hearing a strange thrumming happening behind you, just like a bunch of quick tippy taps. And if you look over your shoulder, you're seeing a bunch of those creatures that are in pursuit of you. The town is littered with these things, trying to catch the remaining people that were stupid enough to hang around in the town, and you're outside and you're in the open.
I'm gonna lean over to Austin and just be like, hey, how fast does this thing go?
It's 4-wheel drive. It can get going pretty quick.
Cool. We're gonna need to do that.
Why? He's like just slowly pressing the accelerator in. What's going on?
We're being chased.
Oh, okay. By what?
Just drive.
Don't worry about that part.
Okay. And Austin fucking just kind of gets going as fast as he can. You hear rubber meeting. There's bits where like you almost hydroplane. It's a sketchy ass drive. He's like going over curbs, like instead of trying to take a turn normally, he's like cutting through people's yards and to try and keep things as straight a line as possible. And it's not fun. It's scary. Roll. Well, the two of you roll to keep your cool.
That's cold, right?
That is cold.
That's good. That's probably fine.
Sorry.
So yeah, with cold.
I got a nice little 4.
That's a nice little 4. You guys. All right. So Isla, you're
All right.
keeping it cool. Jason, you are losing your shit right now. The car it's moving and it's got like those big sort of off-roading sort of shocks. So like you're like bouncing like crazy and like you're feeling a little like oh god. But like your bean's a little freaked. Like you just got out of something horrible and you're right back into it.
I think Jason is like white knuckle grabbing the safety handle.
Yeah, the OG's handle.
Yeah. And I think that Jason is like he's not like yelling or screaming anything. I think that he is just like seemingly like very calmly just muttering under his breath, and he's like, okay, cool. This is probably going to be fine. If we get eaten by shark lobsters, then that's going to be a big issue. But we're going to have a great night. We're just keep driving. Don't worry about that. It is exactly what you think it is. But whatever you think it is bad. But if we keep going, we're just going to keep driving. And like he is just like stream of consciousness,
word vomiting,
just like saying shit.
Isla, you're cool as a cucumber in the back. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, she's back there ocean breathing the critters.
All right, cool. Yeah, but give me a roll.
Hopefully she's ocean breathing the critters. An 8.
That is a mixed 16.
So it does more damage than good.
Yeah, like you're clearing the things really well. Like the roads are pooling water, like there's water everywhere that you've got so much access to, and it's going pretty well for you. And then you just hear a whole house collapse behind you.
Sorry.
That's probably fine. There's probably nobody in there. I don't know. I don't see why anybody would be staying in this place, considering everything that's going on.
They needed renovations anyway.
Complete teardown. Nothing was salvageable in the first place.
Yeah.
Think of the water damage.
Yeah, the water damage.
Do not talk. Keep driving.
Yeah, you fly your way through town and you get to the point where you're like only like a couple of blocks away from your house. Kanan, you are at this point coated in just this thick, viscous, black blood. You're not totally sure what's coming out of these things as you and your family have torn them apart. But if your last confrontation was any indication, there's probably far more of these things where these ones came from, and staying in one spot's probably not the best move.
Okay. At this point, I am going to heighten senses.
Cool.
And well, I'll roll and see if I get it. And then
Awesome.
we'll go. Partial. Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, so the one question I want to ask is, what poses the biggest threat to me? Is there anything in my vicinity that might be controlling these things? Or what?
Okay. This is kind of a tiered answer, I guess. The thing that poses like the most like immediate threat to like you and like your bottle, like your body.
My water bottle.
My bottle.
Not right now, Gene.
Would be these little things. They're the things that are here to stop you from stopping the efforts of the thing that was Tucker. Or is Tucker, you're not sure. You didn't really have a lot of time to ruminate on that. So the things that are here hunting you and trying to kill you are the little things. The things that pose probably the greatest overall threat would be the creature and what it's trying to bring to this realm, this world, whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess the micro being the little things, the macro being the creature and the thing it's trying to bring back.
Gotcha.
So do with that info what you will.
I think, I don't know how viable this is, but I'm going to try and pick back up on fake Tucker's scent.
Okay.
If I can.
Roll me another gaze.
Yes.
You do roll with +3. This should go
Yes.
well for you.
Ah! So also when I failed earlier, that was still with the +3.
Damn. Yeah.
So, but this
Holy
time, 10 success. Give
Lord.
me my quarry, Zachary.
Give you your quarry. Yeah, it's a thing, you finish off like the last one and you spit like some tentacles or something out onto the ground, and immediately your eyes focus into that like hunter thermal to whatever other vision types that things have. I don't know. But you sort of zero in and get an idea of where to pick the trail back up. Like, it's like you're not right by the trail, but like you know where the trail is to then follow. Like, you've got that. You've got it locked in. You see the little gold wisps of hunter vision from Red Dead happening sort of off into the distance, and you know where to find them and to pick up this search.
That's where I'm going.
Awesome.
Kanan is a singularly focused animal right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you leave your previous quarry dead, lying. You take off. Your family's in quick pursuit of you and whatever you are tracking down at the moment. Fantastic. Avery, you're in the thick of it, and though one seems to be taking care of another, there's still 5 of them that are on you quickly. And you're feeling scratches and bites and pierces all over you. Take another 2 harm for me. Did you say 2? Oh no, it's 2 bad? 2's bad.
2 is
that death for you?
that, and yeah. And I'm darkest with no strings, so there.
You have you never got any more strings back?
No.
Oh no.
So that's just like straight up death.
The camera, so it's hit like from the ceiling. There's a view down on the mayhem that is been taking place below you, and as these things feel life leave you, their mission complete, they skitter out, back out the window, leaving Avery on the floor. Jason. Something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong. You feel it. Although recently her connection to you on her end's almost been severed, yours is still there. Avery is not okay. And you know that beyond a shadow of a doubt.
How close are we to the Chen house?
To the Chen house, you're only a couple of blocks away. You're essentially right around the corner.
Okay. When we get there, I'm basically going to just like once we get, do I know exactly like where the like force field like type deal?
It's a
around the
thing
house
that you
ends?
can pretty much feel it. Like it's like
Okay.
as you come through, you kind of feel like that heat, like as you sort of enter it.
All right. I like as soon as we get in there, I like basically like hop the center console, like pushing Austin out of the car, and I'm like, "You'll be safe inside." And I like turn back towards Isla, and I'm like, "Something's up with Avery. Do you want to come or do you want to stay here?"
Go.
All right, the fucking flooring it to Avery's place.
Awesome. So you peel out and you head across town towards the Sullivan's house. Isla, so you get out of the car, or are you staying in the car?
I'm staying in the car.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you said go. I didn't know if you meant like he go. You were gonna.
Sorry, yeah, drive.
Okay, awesome. So you stay in the car. You leave Austin, who sort of tentatively like heads inside, starts like going towards the stairs, but then after feeling weird, sort of the force field being rippled as some things probably caught up right behind you and get buffeted back like they did previously. He goes and heads on inside. Kanan, you pick up this trail and you are in hot pursuit, and it is driving all the way to the coast, to the beach, to where the water line is. And as you get there, it's your first time seeing the pier that was essentially ripped in half. And at the precipice of it, like where the chunk that remains, there are people up there.
Is it like a large group of people?
There's a nice amount of people up there.
I am perplexed and I am wary. So I am going to try and do my unseen spirit again.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and fade into the shadows.
All right. Do it, dude.
Did it roll? No.
I did not see it.
There it did.
Oh, fuck
12.
yes.
Yeah. I'm
All
super
right.
fucking... So
you're invisible until you decide otherwise, and no one notices anything odd about your absence. So you just, like the most camouflaged hunter there's ever been, you fade to nothing.
Yeah, I'm using the shadows in the rain to completely mask my presence, and I am gonna stalk up onto this group and basically try and see what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this group, but...
So you start heading up there, and you see robes. Lots of robed figures, probably 15 to 20.
Okay.
You see at the head of them, you see Salvatore Cipriano, robed. At his feet, you see 5 individuals on their knees, hands tied behind their backs, bags over their heads.
Okay. Is he saying anything, or does he like have anything in his hands, or?
At the moment, it's like a chant that you wouldn't understand. It's in a tongue that you don't get. It's that same sort of vibe that you've gotten down below. You yourself at the moment are in a feral way that like understanding a lot, like acting fully on instinct. Your intellect isn't really there, but like even if it was just you as you normally are standing here, you wouldn't be able to grasp what they're saying. But it appears to be some sort of like call and response. Salvatore says a few things in a strange tongue, and then the group murmurs it lowly after him.
Okay.
Jason, Isla, you speed through town. And you pull up in front of the Sullivan's house. You see the front window of the building is shattered.
Just gonna charge on in, pull out the little rope dagger situation.
Yeah, you get that in hand and you start heading in. Isla, are you going with as well?
Yes.
Awesome. You both head inside. The floor is scratched. Furniture is, broken or tipped over, laying on the floor between the couch and like a coffee table. You see Avery, still, blood all around her.